Did you know that CEOs read on average 50 to 60 books a year? That's no joke. A study done by Fast Company says that the average is actually 60 books a year. That's 5 books a month. I can't even do that, but today we're going to talk about how you need these 5 books in your business to be successful in 2021. What's up, guys? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam Marvin, and I have been in the photography industry for 25 plus years. While I love being a creative, business is my passion, and elevating the industry of photography is my focus. I created the 7-Figure Photographer to share my journey to 7 figures and help others find their way too. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. I don't have time to read 60 books in a year, and you know what? I don't blame you, but let me give you a little backstory on a guy named Jeff Bezos. He is worth $182 billion, the richest man in the world. And guess what? The guy still makes time to read at least 1 hour every single day. There's actually a rule, the 5-hour rule by Michael Simmons. The concept is basically take 1 hour a day and read something for at least 1 hour a day, and it will help you and provide you the necessary tools to find the success that you're looking for in your life. So today I want to share with you the 5 books that I think are most pertinent to success as a photographer or even as a business owner in 2021. Starting with number 5 is Never Lose a Customer Again by Joey Coleman. Now, this book is incredible. I remember when I read this book, it was probably one of the first books that I read that I was like, oh my gosh, this is life-changing. It makes so much sense to me. And I know you're probably thinking, hey, Sam, I need these 5 books so that I can be successful because I don't have customers. But start from the beginning. Learn how to take care of your customers from the beginning. And take a little note out of Jeff Bezos' book. He is obsessive about taking care of the customers. And this book is a great example of what you can do to make sure that you are making your customers number one and taking care of their needs, because your customers are ultimately what are going to bring you the success in your business. So honestly, it's a great book. Now, all these books you guys are going to find, if you go to our website, The 7-Figure Photographer, you can find all of these books listed under the tab Business Book of the Month, or BBOM. Now, this is honestly one of my favorite books I read in 2020. It comes from one of my favorite people in the whole world, Russell Brunson. It's called Traffic Secrets. This book teaches you some of the most important core principles about building traffic into your business, because let's face it, guys, without customers, there's no business. So you might as well be closed if you don't have customers. This book is going to teach you how to get customers in the door. It teaches you about how to get traffic and how to retain traffic. One of my favorite concepts talked about is called the Dream 100 that Russell talks about. Now, this isn't something that Russell coined himself, but he explains it really well. It's definitely a read worth doing, and you cannot go wrong with this Dream 100. But there's a lot of other things talked about in here with like your social media and what you do with your social media and how you post on your social media. So some great principles that I think are really pertinent to right now and what's hot right now, and definitely an important read for this year. Now, book number 3. When you do have customers, the one thing you can do is you can read this book called The Pumpkin Plan. And honestly, even before you have customers, if you don't have a lot of customers, read this book. One of the greatest principles taught in this book is the Pareto Principle. The idea is that 20% of your customers provide 80% of your income. And so really take the time to focus on taking care of those 20% of your customers to get 80% of your income, or taking care of those important things. I remember one of the things talked about in this book about a company that was so focused on taking care of Walmart as one of their biggest customers that they kind of let other things slide when they realized that Walmart was actually kind of the challenge that they always constantly had to jump through hoops and always had to be on the phone and always had to take care of. When they finally eliminated Walmart from their customer base, they actually exceeded or succeeded or increased value in their business because they were able to focus on the customers that actually did a better job for them and allowed them to be really focused on their zone of genius, which actually leads me into my next book. It really will make you think a lot about your life, but The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I read this book at the beginning of 2020, and I think that honestly this book is one of the things that saved me in my business. One of the things that's talked about here is finding your zone of genius and eliminating the things that basically hold you down and allow you to focus on the things that you do best and allow you to excel at, so that you can be the best that you can be and be the most efficient and proficient in your business and productive by focusing on your zone of genius. And when you understand what your zone of genius is and you can focus on that, nothing else matters. You're going to be able to succeed and exceed your expectations. Last but not least, my number one favorite, most important book. I think every business, regardless of where you're at, needs to read this book at least once a year. Profit First was one of the most powerful books I ever read that helped me to understand the concept of sales minus profit equals expenses, which is completely different than the world works. But most people live on what's called bank balance accounting, which is, hey, my bank balance has this much in it, so this is how much I can spend. And it is the wrong way to run a business. But Mike Michalowicz is one of my favorites and definitely a killer read. In fact, we have another video that we talk about because this is the January Business Book of the Month. Those are my 5 must-have books or books that I think every business owner needs to read. Before I end this, I want to share with you 2 bonus books. My bonus book 1 is The 12-Week Year. Now, the concept in this book is that it teaches you to focus your goals quarterly instead of yearly, because it allows us to effectively accomplish 4 times the amount of work or goal setting, goal achieving in a single year than we normally do, where we set goals and then we forget about our goals and then we focus on trying to get them done at the very last part of the year. So honestly, if we're getting most of that work done in the last part of the year anyway, why wouldn't we just set our goals for shorter periods of time so that we can focus on them and get them done? So that's bonus number 1. Bonus number 2, this book, this is actually the newest book out by Mike Michalowicz. The guy is incredible. I love his concept, his thoughts. It's really just about what's wrong with your business, taking a look at your business, where you're at, what needs to be changed right now to make things go forward. And sometimes what you think needs to be changed is actually a deeper rooted problem or a deeper rooted issue. Bottlenecks are a big issue with businesses. Once we learn where the bottleneck is, we can effectively open the bottleneck and help the flow move forward. But this book is really all about that, finding the problem, determining what the problems are, and fixing those problems with Fix This Next by Mike Michalowicz. So that's my 5 business books to be successful in 2021, plus 2 bonus books. Take the time to read them. Honestly, if you read an hour a day, you could probably have these 5 books done in, let's say, a month or 2 months, and be able to use the things you learn from those books for the rest of the year in 2021 and have great success. So make sure to comment below if you've read any of these books or if you love any of those books. If there's one that you want to know more about, make sure to check out our website, the7figurephotographer.com. Don't forget to smash that like button. Thanks guys for hanging out. We will talk to you again soon. Take care and have a good day.